You've never taped yourself like just to see?
No, I have not.
Yeah, I have.
Same. Yeah. I was like, I taped myself once with this is so embarrassing, with my college boyfriend, and we on a digital camera. There was not.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like I didn't have an iPhone yet.
that's the
and
move.
He had an iPhone. Well, so we broke up, and obviously, and he like had the camera still, and I was like, for years, in the pit of my stomach, I was like, one day that video is gonna come out, and we both looked awful. Like it was a joke. We were blacked out drunk. Like we thought it'd be funny. It was not. It was so embarrassing. I couldn't even make it through watching it. Like I couldn't, and I will watch everything. I couldn't even do it. I was so embarrassed. And it was ridiculous. I'm so embarrassed thinking back about it.
Stop. See, that's what I'm talking about.
No, it was awful. And obviously, like nothing happened. But then we broke up, and like he had it for a long time, the camera, and I was so paranoid about it. And then we ended up hanging out like one time years later. I like invited him out. We went out to dinner, and like he ended up staying over. I don't know why I did that. I felt bad about it. And but he brought the camera with him. He's like, oh, by the way, I like still have this. I figured you might like want it. And which he's a really nice guy. Like he would never fuck me over like that. But I got it. And the minute he like gave it back to me, I was like, I have nothing to worry about. Like I never have to worry about anything again because I don't have shit. Like I'm not like a nudes person. The only other times I did send him like a single nude in college because we were long distance people. And he sent it to all of his fraternity brothers. I found it out years later.
Oh, no.
And I'm mortified. I was like an adult. I was like 25 or 26 when I found out. And I was like, are you fucking serious?
That
like,
ain't
come
right.
on.
I hate
So I was really
that.
upset about that.
Why do guys
so fuck him
share
for that,
their
honestly. But
girlfriend's nudes? It's your
I don't get
girlfriend.
it. I don't get it.
I can't imagine they like their girlfriend that much. Like,
Yeah,
he
like,
may
no,
like
look
you,
at
but you
my
guys weren't in
girl.
love because
no, but that's what I'm saying.
wouldn't
If we were,
have
if he like loved me so much as he said he did, he would never have sent.
he wasn't
It
jealous.
was not like a cute. Yeah, it wasn't like a cute. It was just like a weird mirror pic. I'm so awkward with nudes. I'm a bad like sexy pic taker.
Right.
I'm not ever sending nudes. I can't ever send like. I can barely take selfies. I can barely take photos.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate the way that I look always in images. And there's just no way, unless I'm blacked the fuck out, am I taking like a sultry
Yeah,
photo
all
of me
of a
looking
sudden you
into
turn
the
into a
camera,
porn
like
star with a
laying
little
on the
alcohol.
bed, like
Oh, yeah,
no,
no,
with like
I don't want
soft
my face
lighting
in it.
around me, like
Yeah.
fuck off, literally
get
fuck off. Get over yourself.
sensual with it.
Although
I've
people,
never-
it's nice that people that do that. I shouldn't talk shit because people do that and they look fire, but it's
Yeah,
just that's not me.
I've never filmed myself having sex because that makes me very paranoid.
just don't
like I
do
can't
it.
even imagine.
It's not
But I
worth
will
it.
say, wow, we had a scavenger hunt with like a whole group of friends, and one of the things to do was you had to run around your old high school track naked, and everyone else, like other groups, were using their phone to film.
Oh, shit.
But I was like, I'm gonna use my camera. Like I had a camera, and I was like, we'll use my camera.
Yeah.
And I ran around my high school track butt ass naked.
Damn.
On film, on a camera. And I was the only one to have it because we never, you know how scavenger hunts go. It's like, oh, everyone, we're going to hand these in and everyone's going to like win. And it's like by the
Yeah.
time the night
Who
ends,
was orchestrating this?
so honestly, like Glenny
was this for
Balls
cheerleading?
was like,
Oh my God, Glenny Balls. Why is he always involved in these
it
fucking
was
stories?
it was always the grade above would judge the grade below.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Glenny was above me.
What was
so
this
like
for?
he,
What was this
a
for?
scavenger hunt, just like for not for school or anything, just for like groups of friends. That,
Oh,
like,
just your phone. Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so like
we did something similar for like cheerleading.
yeah,
as,
no,
like, a
this
thing.
was not
Yeah, yeah.
an in-school thing. This was outside of
Okay,
school.
okay.
And the grade above group always grades the whatever. And so Glenny's group of friends were grading our group, but I never handed my camera in because by the end of the night, everyone was too drunk. It kind of turned into a party. So I am the only one to ever see this video of me and like 3 other people running around my high school track butt ass naked. And I deleted it as soon as I watched it the next day because there is nothing worse. Nothing worse than watching yourself run naked.
No,
Everything-
I
like,
can't even.
That
the
picture
thought,
yourself running around naked on
Nope.
your high school track. Like
Absolutely not.
that's
It's like, that's
that-
disturbing.
I
it's
literally can't think about
disturbing.
it.
And
Disturbing. I
it
don't wanna
sometimes
see
I'll
that
just like
No.
be laying
myself.
in bed at night and I think about that and I'm like, oh my God, thank God
God.
I did not hand that camera in.
So
Oh,
it's just so
my
mortifying.
God.
It's so mortifying.
Imagine I
in real
handed
life.
that camera in and Glenny has had a visual in his
No,
head of me
no.
running around my high school track
No.
naked.
That's a
nightmare.
That would be a nightmare. That'd be a true
Running around
nightmare. That'd be
naked.
horrible. And I'm sorry. And I'm happy for you that you were smart enough to put it on digital camera as well, and that nobody ever saw it because
Yeah.
that's
Thank
mortifying.
God.
That's how I felt about my quote unquote sex tape. I was like, thank God this is on digital camera and not like easily shareable. I mean, who knows? Maybe I think the camera actually died. or something. Like there was a reason why I was feeling like, oh, like this will go nowhere. Like this is nowhere. I think I still have the camera somewhere though. I'll look for it.
Ooh,
I'll look for it
get
when
the
I get
tape.
home.
Let us watch.
I was like,
Let's
no,
delete.
oh my
Let's do
God,
a
no.
live
I would
viewing.
sooner die. I would sooner die. I won't even watch it. I really won't.
With nudes though, I feel like I would never send a nude now. Like
No,
never
I
would
don't
I
get when
ever
people do
send a
that.
nude now because I just feel like it would be a matter of time before someone had it because I got hacked so much in the last few years.
My Snapchat got hacked last week.
I was
Yeah.
gonna
They
say,
have
I want to.
pictures,
After you
and
say
I'm
this,
waiting
I
for
want
them
to. I want to
delete.
hear about the rest of your
Right.
hacking.
I've been hacked so many times. Like this summer was miserable. Remember, Noah, the amount of times I got hacked this past summer? Like
I'm
it was,
remembering
and I
that
couldn't
too.
figure it out. I couldn't get them out, and Apple wouldn't help me. Nobody would help me. It was miserable.
Was it just
but
on Snapchat?
thankfully, no, it was on my phone, inside my phone. Like it was not
Like your
with
Apple
Apple,
ID,
like my
right?
Apple ID, like, and Apple couldn't figure it out. They wouldn't cancel my ID because every time I canceled it, he got in somehow to uncancel it. Like it turned
Oh,
into an
that's my
absolute
biggest fear.
disaster. Yeah, that happened to me all summer long. It was miserable, but thankfully I had lost all my pictures prior to that, so I didn't have like any sort of nudes or anything on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am never sending a nude ever again because that is my biggest fear. Is like,
Yeah, it's
and it happens. Obviously, it's like a thing that happens all the time, but it's still just like I feel like the most humiliating thing knowing like everybody on the planet can
fucked
now
up.
see what you look like.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
Bree, tell us about how you think it's like your ex-boyfriend or whatever. Tell us that story because I want to talk about state revenge porn
Fucking
laws.
scary. Okay, so my Snapchat, I got logged out the other day, but I wasn't on my phone. I was recording my other podcast while I was doing it, so like I didn't check. I didn't know that someone was in my Snapchat, but they didn't hack it. They knew my username and password. So like it had to be someone
Interesting.
that knows me somehow knows me. And they messaged my boyfriend and messaged them, hey, can you send us videos of us having sex with a monkey emoji? And he was like, what? Like, this is not Brianna. What the fuck? So he
I've
FaceTimes
never
me.
seen you use a monkey
Like,
emoji
why
of
the
any
fuck? Like,
kind.
what?
Oh my God,
ex-boyfriend
imagine-
used to use those emojis.
Really?
So I pieced this all together, but I didn't know that it was him at that moment. And my boyfriend calls me and is like, what the fuck? What? Someone's on your Snapchat. I'm like, oh my God. And they were scrolling up and saving a bunch of videos. And in, like, I don't have like sexy nudes, but I'm like drunk, hungover, and my tit will be hanging out like in
Yeah, yeah.
like
Yeah,
me
yeah.
and my boyfriend's things.
That's funny.
So they saved a bunch of stuff and I'm like, I don't know what they have. And then I put on like two-step authentication
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And then my ex-boyfriend, who I haven't talked to him in like 2.5 years, randomly DMs my friend that he hasn't followed or talked to in 2 years. And I'm like, why is he like randomly coming back? And it had to have been him. Like they knew my
That's
password.
so insane.
And
That's
then-
You
really
haven't changed your
insane.
password since?
No, I've changed it a bunch of times, but like I only have like 4 main passwords.
I was
you
gonna
know?
say it's like
Yeah.
if you only have a couple like
Right.
honestly it's like
Yeah.
me if I some people know my passwords my
But they
ex-boyfriend
keep
could get
trying
into
to
my
log
shit.
in.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I got
That's
another text saying, "Here's your code,"
crazy.
and I'm like, "What the fuck?" And well, I
That's
was
so
sleeping,
ridiculous.
and
You
there
could
was
still
a-
save things in Snapchat. I don't
Yeah.
have Snapchat anymore.
Yeah,
you
so-
can,
yeah.
Oh no.
in all my memories. I'm like, there has to be bad stuff,
right,
because
because you can save
It's just like
shit
from high
sure.
school.
in Snapchat, right?
Yeah, it's like all my memories from high school. I'm like, just a waiting game, seeing if they're gonna leak anything. It's horrifying.
It is
Oh
horrifying.
no, that
That's
does
really
sound
bad.
terrifying.
I
I wish there was a way to like track down the phone,
Who
you
it
know?
was.
right.
I know.
When I was thinking about
They
this,
got to get better at that. The fact that they
know.
can't figure that out yet, or they act like they can't figure
They
it
don't
out,
wanna
is the
help.
most frustrating thing. Yeah, because everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people are dealing with it. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like, all right, well, but it's terrible.
No,
The
it's scary.
I was thinking about you last night when I was looking this up. This revenge porn obviously is a thing people are worried about. Like, and that's ex-boyfriends will like release your nudes or whatever. And I was like, this is interesting. This is what it says: prohibited actions. Well, each state, only 41 states, by the way, have rules that have to do with revenge porn. And while each state has different laws, most generally define the crime of revenge porn as any person with the intent to harass or annoy another who publishes or distributes electronic or printed photographs, pictures, or films that show genitals, anus, or female breast of the other person, or depicts that person engaging in a sexual act. And here's a couple random things. Like, let's say Arizona, it's a class 4 felony, punishable by 1.5 years in prison and a fine up to $150,000. New York, there's nothing. New York, there's no rule. Connecticut, it's a class A misdemeanor. Hawaii, it's a class C felony, up to 5 years in prison and a fine. Georgia, aggravated misdemeanor, blah blah blah. You know, it's like there's weird.
I don't
shit.
even know why
they're
people
all different.
still share
Massachusetts,
shit when they know they're gonna
no specific porn law in Massachusetts. It's like it's weird that all the bigger states like don't have rules, but all these other states have like Nevada. 1 to 4 years in Nevada state prison, fine up to $5,000. Like, how do they come
Does
up with
Ohio
that?
Everyone's got to
have
get on
anything?
the same.
Yeah, New
everyone's gotta get on the
Jersey,
same page.
New Jersey, it's a felony, 3 to 5 years in prison, a fine not to exceed $15,000.
Does it say anything about Ohio? Because that's
Let's
where my
see.
revenge porn would be leaked.
Ohio is no specific revenge porn law.
That's tough.
It's crazy.
That's
Like it makes
unfortunate.
no sense to me. This like
Yeah,
how this
that-
goes
I feel like everyone's got to get on the same page about
completely. New Jersey, it says in the thing, this is what it's considered revenge porn, making a non-consensual recording that reveals another person's intimate parts or shows the person engaged in a sexual act without consent. So like that to me sounds like it's you are recording them and posting it, like not like hacking.
My
But I don't
ex
know.
one,
them knowing.
but
Yeah.
any pictures or anything that my ex has of me, I am like 17, so I would literally
Yeah, it's
make
Oh,
the
yeah,
picture.
forget it.
Yeah. That's the same.
Well, he's
thing.
on crack if he
Yeah.
thinks if he
Yeah,
thinks
no,
that he
I
can
don't-
fucking
I
do
think-
this. No, there's no
Well,
way.
I want to say that
I
you're
don't
good.
know if
Obviously,
it
you
was
don't
him
know,
because you
but
think
yeah.
like maybe he would have already done that.
Right.
Yeah,
and
true.
but
So
and
long.
sometimes like with Snapchat, they make it seem, or anytime somebody logs in, they make it seem like they know your password, but it's just like
Yeah.
a weird hacking
Yeah.
thing. So
Yeah.
you really never know, but that would be really shitty.
Really
Yeah.
shitty.
Well, you know, if
had,
he's
like,
listening, he
a
should,
little,
we'll
yeah.
ruin his fucking life. Like, I'll
Yeah.
ruin your fucking life. Don't think I will hesitate to ruin your fucking life. 'Cause I
Yeah,
will.
Yeah,
exactly. We'll
facts.
track you down.
We'll ruin
Yeah.
your life.
We
Don't
have a
put it
particular
past
set
us.
of skills.
Exactly. We were just talking about how we can plan murders.
Right.
Like, we
Yeah,
just talked
exactly.
about that.